Imagine a force so powerful it can reshape coastlines, move entire islands, and send shockwaves across the globe. This isn't science fiction. It's the raw, untamed power of our own planet. Earthquakes are one of nature's most destructive phenomena, striking without warning and unleashing energy from deep within the Earth's crust. Throughout history, certain seismic events have stood out for their sheer magnitude, leaving an indelible mark on both the landscape and human memory. These aren't just tremors. They are planet-altering cataclysms. Today, we're delving into the geological record to count down the 5 biggest earthquakes ever recorded. We'll explore the science behind these megaquakes, the devastation they caused, and the lessons we've learned from them. From the icy shores of Alaska to the vibrant coasts of Chile, these are the stories of when the ground beneath our feet gave way to unimaginable forces. So, strap in as we journey back in time to witness the most powerful earthquakes humanity has ever faced. Kicking off our list at number 5 is the Kamchatka earthquake of 1952. On November 4th, off the coast of Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula, the Earth's crust ruptured with a staggering magnitude of 9.0. This wasn't just a local event, it was a global one. The earthquake occurred along the Kuril-Kamchatka Trench, a highly active subduction zone where the Pacific Plate dives beneath the plate. The immense stress built up over decades was released in a matter of minutes, causing the seafloor to violently uplift. This sudden displacement of a massive volume of water generated a catastrophic tsunami. The initial waves battered the Kamchatka coast, but their journey was far from over. Traveling at the speed of a jetliner, the tsunami radiated across the entire Pacific Ocean. Hours later, the Hawaiian Islands, thousands of miles away, were hit. In places like Midway Island, the water rose over a meter, flooding facilities. In Hilo Bay, Hawaii, the waves were even more destructive, reaching heights of up to 4.5 meters. They tore boats from their moorings, flooded streets, and caused significant damage to infrastructure. The Kamchatka earthquake was a terrifying demonstration of how an event in one corner of the world can have devastating consequences on the other side of the planet. It served as a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of our oceans and the far-reaching power of undersea. Coming in at number 4 is an event that many of us remember vividly. The Arlini Tohoku earthquake in Japan. On March 11th, a magnitude 9.1 earthquake struck off the Pacific coast of Tohoku. This was the most powerful earthquake ever recorded in Japan and one of the most powerful in world history. The quake was so immense that it shifted the Earth on its axis and moved the main island of Japan, Honshu, by about 2.4 meters to the east. The shaking lasted for an agonizing 6 minutes, causing widespread damage, even in a country known for its world-class earthquake engineering. But the earthquake itself was only the beginning of the nightmare. It triggered a colossal tsunami with waves that reached heights of over 40 meters in some areas. These waves surged inland, traveling up to 10 kilometers, swallowing entire towns and villages. The images that flooded the world's news screens were apocalyptic. Cars, houses, and ships being tossed around like toys in a torrent of black water. The human toll was immense, with nearly 20,000 people losing their lives. Beyond the immediate destruction, the tsunami inundated the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, leading to a cooling system failure and a series of meltdowns. The resulting nuclear disaster created a long-term crisis, forcing the evacuation of hundreds of thousands of residents and leaving a lasting legacy of environmental and social challenges. The Tohoku earthquake was a multifaceted catastrophe that highlighted the cascading effects of a single natural disaster, showing how a geological event can spiral into a humanitarian and technological crisis. At number 3, we have the 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake, a disaster whose scale of human loss is almost incomprehensible. On December 26th, a massive undersea earthquake with a magnitude between 9.1 and 9.3 ruptured the seafloor off the west coast of northern Sumatra, Indonesia. The quake was caused by the Indian plate subducting beneath the Burma plate and resulted in the longest fault rupture ever observed, stretching for about 1,500 kilometers. The energy released was equivalent to thousands of atomic bombs, causing the entire planet to vibrate. The seismic event triggered one of the deadliest tsunamis in recorded history. The waves radiated outwards across the Indian Ocean, striking the coastlines of 14 different countries with little to no warning. Indonesia was the first and hardest hit, with waves reaching over 30 meters high in some coastal areas, completely obliterating communities. but the devastation spread far and wide. Thailand, Sri Lanka, India, and even countries on the east coast of Africa, like Somalia, were impacted. Entire families on holiday, fishing villages, and bustling coastal cities were wiped out in moments. The total death toll exceeded 230,000 people, making it one of the worst natural disasters of the modern era. The event prompted the creation of the Indian Ocean Tsunami Warning System, a vital network of buoys and seismic sensors designed to provide early warnings and prevent such a catastrophic loss of life from ever happening again. The 2004 earthquake remains a haunting reminder of the vulnerability of coastal populations to the immense power of the ocean. Now for our runner-up. At number 2 on our list, the 1964 Great Alaska Earthquake. Striking on Good Friday, March 27th, this colossal earthquake had a magnitude of 9.2, making it the most powerful earthquake in North American history. The epicenter was in the Prince William Sound region, but its effects were felt across the entire state and beyond for nearly 5 long, terrifying minutes. The ground shook violently. The sheer duration of the shaking was a key factor in the extent of the damage. The ground liquefied in many areas, causing buildings to collapse and entire neighborhoods to slide into the sea. In parts of Anchorage, the ground fissured, creating massive chasms. Some areas were uplifted by as much as 11.5 meters, while others dropped by 2.4 meters. The earthquake triggered numerous submarine and subaerial landslides, with one devastating slide in the Turnagain Heights neighborhood of Anchorage, destroying over 75 homes. As with other megaquakes on our list, a powerful tsunami followed. The waves caused severe damage along the coasts of Alaska, British Columbia, and the west coast of the United States. The town of Valdez was so completely destroyed by the combination of the earthquake and underwater landslides that the entire community had to be relocated to more stable ground. The Great Alaska Earthquake was a textbook example of the multifaceted dangers of a subduction zone quake, from ground shaking and liquefaction to landslides and tsunamis. It provided invaluable data for seismologists and engineers, leading to major advances in our understanding of earthquake mechanics and improvements in building codes worldwide. And finally, we arrive at number 1, the undisputed champion, the most powerful earthquake ever recorded in human history. The 1960 Valdivia earthquake in Chile. On May 22nd, an unfathomable magnitude 9.5 earthquake struck southern Chile. This event, also known as the Great Chilean Earthquake, released a mind-boggling amount of energy. To put it into perspective, it was significantly more powerful than all the other earthquakes on this list. The rupture zone stretched for nearly 1,000 kilometers along the coast of Chile, where the Nazca Plate dives beneath the South American Plate. The ground shaking was so intense that it was felt across vast areas of the continent. The main shock was preceded by a series of powerful foreshocks, which had already put the population on edge. When the main quake hit, it caused widespread destruction. Entire buildings crumbled, and the landscape itself was permanently altered. The quake triggered massive landslides and caused significant ground subsidence, lowering parts of the coastline by several meters. But the earthquake's most far-reaching effect was the trans-Pacific tsunami it generated. Waves up to 25 meters high slammed into the Chilean coast, devastating coastal towns. But the tsunami didn't stop there. It raced across the Pacific Ocean, causing death and destruction thousands of miles away. About 15 hours after the earthquake, waves hit Hilo, Hawaii, killing over 60 people and causing millions of dollars in damage. The tsunami continued its destructive path, eventually reaching the shores of Japan, over 10,000 miles away, where it caused further fatalities and damage. The Philippines and even New Zealand also felt its effects. The Valdivia earthquake stands as the ultimate testament to the planet's seismic power, a global event that reshaped the Earth and sent a deadly warning across the world's largest ocean. From Kamchatka to Chile, these 5 megaquakes reveal the awesome and terrifying power lurking beneath our feet. They are not just historical events. They are profound reminders that our planet is a dynamic, ever-changing system. The forces that build mountains and shape continents can also bring about immense destruction in the blink of an eye. But from these tragedies, we have learned. Each of these events has propelled science forward, leading to better building codes, more sophisticated monitoring systems, and a deeper understanding of plate tectonics. We've developed tsunami warning systems that have already saved countless lives. We've engineered structures that can withstand incredible shaking. While we can't stop earthquakes from happening, we can and must continue to prepare for them. By studying these past cataclysms, we empower ourselves to build a more resilient future. The Earth will continue to move, and the next big one is not a matter of if, but when. It's our responsibility to be ready. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey into our planet's power fascinating, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world around us. Stay safe and stay curious.